And finally, on the natural disasters, the challenge has been the increased frequency, severity, and economic impact of natural disasters, the disproportionate impact of them on poor households, and the perceived slow response and the lack of readily available data. So the opportunity of better disaster risk management are, again, there are numerous opportunities. It will lead to less exposure of risks of households to loss of life, harm, loss of houses and jobs, and food insecurity. The business will benefit by having fewer business interruptions, and last year's flood affected mainly the Kalani Valley, where there were lots of businesses concentrated. Fewer fiscal shocks and a more stable macroeconomy. But it's important to be better prepared. It's important to improve physical resilience, meaning identify where the risks are, and then act on them by building climate resilient infrastructure, and improve the physical response time of natural disasters. But similarly, it's important to be financially resilient, meaning it shouldn't affect the budget execution and your priority spending. It's important to have a layered approach to your disaster risk financing. Your budget can deal with small disasters, but for big disasters, you can buy international reinsurance, you can issue catastrophe bonds, and you can benefit from contingent credit lines, whether commercial or from the international community. Having a fast disbursement mechanism post-disaster, a recovery plan after floods and disasters, and buy catastrophic risk insurance. So these are just 4 sources of risks that are important to look at. We believe that the main message of those messages is, for these risks is, there are risks and they cannot be eliminated, but if you manage them well, it creates many new opportunities. But risk management has to happen at all levels. For example, small shocks, households, firms, and the budget can deal with it. If they're bigger, probably the households and firms cannot deal with it, and that means there's a special role for the government. Even bigger risks mean that the public sector or even the macroeconomy cannot deal with it, but there you have the international community and financial markets that offer various ways of managing risks, and you can transfer the risk to them. It's important to strengthen the capacity to analyze risks, design and implement mitigation mechanisms, and we believe there's a special role for the budget in this. And it's important to communicate better about the risks and opportunities and pragmatic mitigation measures. So the key takeaway there is anticipate, mitigate, and communicate. And with that, I'll stop.